Hello and welcome to your weekly horoscope forecast for week commencing the 31st of January. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now what I'm going to do is provide a broad overview of what we can expect, but then as ever dive deep to give you in forensic detail the insights for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So please stay with me for that. This week begins with a sensational new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So what is a new moon? A new moon is an opportunity to set our intentions. We don't actually see the moon in the sky in most parts of the world. It's an opportunity, however, to really direct our energies into the part of our situations that particular new moon influences. So the sign of Aquarius is very much about the future. It's about friendships, collaboration and cooperation. So all those things can really come to the fore over the next 4 weeks. But this particular new moon also has, ironically, the two ruling planets or co-regents of Aquarius in somewhat of a quarrel. Saturn's part very close to the Sun and the Moon in Aquarius, and Uranus, the higher octave modern ruler of this sign, is on the 4th house cusp, and that's very much to do with home, family, emotions. But in terms of the overall zodiac, Taurus is house 2, where Uranus is. So I think if we're thinking of mixing business with pleasure, it may not be the best over the next 4 weeks, unless there's a very clear understanding of who does and contributes what, and that could work okay. But this week actually does see some glittering alliances, not least that Venus, the planet of love and affection, well, that is going to be inching its way towards a close conjunction with Mars, which really begins right at the end of this week. But Venus does forge, ironically, a beautiful link to Uranus. And then Mars, also in the sign of Capricorn, along with Venus, that's forging a very dynamic angle to Jupiter. Now when these two get together, it really can give us greater self-confidence and drive. We're going with the flow, we're not so hesitant. It can give us that much more extra momentum and self-confidence, and it comes into an exact sextile on Saturday towards the end of the week. But in relation to the other big influence of this week, that new moon, I think what it's saying to us is the sign of Aquarius can be quite idealistic, and it's just saying that as long as we look for tangible results through that earthy energy that's being manifested through Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, in its or their link to Uranus in the sign of Taurus, as long as we look for earthy solutions and we're open-minded and we take the innovation of Aquarius, we can make progress. However, if we're too idealistic about what we expect, then that's when we may feel like our wings are really being clipped, that we're not flowing, things are not flowing quite as we want. So it's about staying grounded, but also open-minded. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, I've been writing these for 25 years. Please see the link beneath this video and you can get that each morning, and it would be lovely to have you with me. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my special offer package of a year's forecast and a character analysis and get 30% off, if you've yet to really get into more serious natal astrology, this is a wonderful opportunity to do so. You can ascend above this zodiac broadcast and really understand what things are going to unfold for you as an individual based on your time, date and place of birth over the next 12 months into the early part of 23. Hello Libra, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of January. Now, the new moon that begins this week is in your sector of self-expression, and the 5th house is also to do with fun, it's to do with frivolity, it's to do with sociability. Now, of course, it depends on exactly where you are, in what part of the world, but if you do decide to meet up with someone this week, I think you're going to have some serious intent. It may be that you can do something that's pleasurable and enjoyable, but also it can have a benefit to you in some way. Now, Saturn, of course, gets a bad press, and it is very close to the sun and the moon. So that's why I'm saying, if you do something that is more enjoyable, I think it needs to have a purpose to it. So it could be to meet up with some like-minded spirits, but do something creative. It will be fun, you can have a laugh, but also produce something. If you go on a date that is perhaps just more in terms of having a pleasurable evening out, it's fine. But if you met someone who actually could be a real asset to you in a deeper way, I think that would really call out to you because of the sobriety that Saturn can bring along with the playfulness and sparkle of this new moon. But if you are wanting to bring into your world something more magical, then the next month can be a time to do it. You just need to be conscious of all that's being learnt over these last few years with the role of the fourth house. And there have been some comments on YouTube about, oh, Patrick, no, not the fourth house again. I can only tell it how it is. But of course, you've got Mercury in the fourth house in retrograde till Thursday. We have Venus there, Mars and Pluto. So a big collection of energy. So I'd say if you're going to do something that is more fun, it needs to feel right. That's all the fourth house is. It's just about feeling secure, safe, comfortable, at ease in an environment, which is the fourth house, that just works for you. If your environment feels right, you're going to flourish. So if you meet someone in a place that you really enjoy, it could be a really nice restaurant, or you could go for a lovely walk in the country. If it works for you, then the more joyful side of your nature can manifest itself really well this week.